Run, run, don't trail behind. Keep moving, the beast won't stop till we're dead. All the scrapes on our knees will tell you where we've been, where we have bled. All we played high in the autumn days,
The Under Armour TransRockies Run is a 3 or 6 day stage race run through the Rocky Mountains of central Colorado. 6-day runners travel 120 miles and climb 20,000 vertical feet over some of the most stunning terrain in the West. Nearly 350 participants gather to run alone or in teams of 2. What they leave with, however, is much more than a medal and a t-shirt.
Oh, we're building a home with the mud and the stones and the branches we bind. We're all just searching for some.
I'm Chelsea Woodbury from Salt Lake City, Utah.
And I'm Matt Williams from Salt Lake City, Utah. We both work full time. I'm bringing 2 boys to the family, and we've got 3 girls, so we're total Brady Bunch situation. So making and finding time to do other things that we love is a challenge. It's part of what we schedule and what we work for.
One of the greatest things about our relationship is the ability that we have to adventure together and to just really love and enjoy wherever we go at whatever pace we go.
We find a lot of value in traveling through the outdoors, whether it's on our feet, whether it's climbing, whether it's taking a car ride with the kids. Like, we really want to explore and find different ways to be outside.
One thing that I love about how Matt and I train and how we prepared for TransRockies is that we just love to be outside, and it's just about getting on our feet and spending time. And I think because we had a low pressure training environment, life is crazy with kids, with everything, we did what we could and we had to be okay with that.
Yeah, and I think we were lucky that we were able to get out and go on some adventures. I think that was a big piece of our training, was in the weekends where we didn't have our kids, we really tried to get out and get on an adventure, whether that was out to the desert or in the San Juans or even here locally, doing some really awesome things all through the spring and summer.
Having the opportunity to go to TransRockies was really incredible for us because it gave us a time away from work, away from kids, away from all of our obligations to really focus on each other, and the whole team building experience of every day working together and having that time was really incredible.
Everybody's helping one another out, cheering one another on. So I love that. That's the great thing about this. It's a big party, it's a big community. It's not just an elite event.
When you get a group of athletes from all over the world and the camaraderie and bonding that happens, what's not to love?
This race is different because you get to get away from all of the stresses of daily life and just have fun, just play, and meet the most amazing new people.
I was really impressed with all of the volunteers and with everyone on the race team. It was incredibly well put together. It was amazing to see the tent crew every single day. They would pack up every tent, and by the time we finished our run, all the tents were up and perfect, and we had such an amazing place to go. And they really created an environment for everyone, whether it was just in Chillville or whether it was at the event at dinner, where it just became such an incredible community. It was so much more than just the individuals, it was the whole.
Yeah, and I think when you think of the scale of that kind of operation, you tend to think of like you have to be really rigid and precise, and they are, and they get everything done really well. Everything was on point, but at the same time, you all felt like you were part of a family, and you could laugh and joke and hang out, and it just felt so nice.
I think it was really fun to see all of the brands that were sponsoring the race there and see them as real people who were having a good time and who were helping educate us on their products, and also just really support everyone regardless of who they ran for. There was such an incredible community. I thought it was really neat to get to know them as people and more than just the brand.
Yeah, and seeing like the Catula team, right? Like they'd have people that Catula brought out, and they became really close friends, and being able to connect with those people on more than just that brand level. It's like they're a part of this. They're participating, some of them running, some of them playing cornhole. They're more than just a vendor there. They are literally like they're sponsor of that community.
It was interesting to me that I feel like on that first day when we were running, that it was really just Matt and me. But every day as the race continued, we would find pockets of people that we consistently were running with. And it was such an awesome opportunity to get to know them on the trails. And then after the leg was done for the day, to be able to sit and chat and have a beer and just a really good time getting to know them even more. And I looked forward to seeing a lot of those people every single day.
Yeah, and also you get to become really close and really good friends with people that maybe aren't your pace, whether they're faster or they're slower. And so kind of similarly all throughout the run, you're kind of going, hey, I wonder how, Annie and Lauren are doing, or I wonder how so-and-so is doing. Like people that you've really gotten close to, you're kind of like, oh, I hope they see the same things we do, and aren't these flowers amazing? And you really have something that you come back to at the end of the day, and you really get to connect and be with people. And even if you're not running together, you still experience that same day and that same event. And I know for me, kind of day 3 people leave, I remember thinking, there's no way I would want to leave now. Like I would feel so shortchanged if I didn't stay, because it really at least felt like those last couple days are where you just have this immense growth and more connections with people. And it's like, man, I wish all of our 3-day people could stay around and be with us, because there's so much more that second half.
I think the biggest takeaway for me was so much more than the running. It was the community, it was the relationships that were formed, it was the experience as a whole. And they call it, camp for grown-ups, for big kids, and it really felt that way. Like, it was an excellent time, and I didn't even want to go.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest takeaways for me is, how do we go back, right? Like, how do we get back there again? And then I think maybe secondary to that is, we keep trying to find ways to get back together with our family, right? With our friends, because they're from all over the country and even all over the world. It's like, man, we have friends in Germany and Canada and across the country. How do we all get together? Can we go visit them? Can they come visit us? And you really make lifelong connections that is just so cool and hard to duplicate.
I loved every second of that. That was my jam.